special guest joins me. He must be spending some time off tour. It's Daxx Nielsen, drummer from Cheap Trick. How's it going, buddy?
Great. I live right down the street, so I'm not that special of a guest anymore.
Now you're a regular.
I'm a regular.
Well, at least for a couple weeks.
You're regular.
Until you're out on the road again.
Yes.
So you're home. What does the honey-do list look like now that you're home for a few weeks?
There's no real actual list. It's just we have two kids that we love. So
right.
Get them up. They both poop more than any human I've ever met in my life. So probably wipe even, change about 6 diapers by 9 a.m. Get them fed and protected, and then start the day.
Yeah, so there's no chores or anything?
I mean, there's all the daily maintenance of making beds and doing sanitizing bottles and washing dishes and scrubbing toilets. All the rock star stuff that I love to do.
Now, are you a cook? Do you like to cook?
Yeah, we do quite a bit. My wife and I, we like to cook together.
Okay. Who are you?
I don't know. Who's this? I used to be just a drunk that lived at Swilligan's and went to Ice Hogs games on my spare time.
Now it's, my wife and I like to cook together. And...
No, it's pretty darn great. Yeah, we cook quite a bit. Now that it's warm out, I'll get the grill out and
nice.
do all that man meat stuff.
Yes.
That sounds weird.
What is your what's your go-to grill out food?
I'd take a pork tenderloin and marinate it with soy sauce and garlic and ginger and jalapenos and a few other things.
Nice.
And let it sit in the fridge for about 2 days, and then grill that up and slice it thin, and it tastes like heaven.
Wow, I'm going to come eat at your place.
Come on over.
We don't cook like that at my house.
Become a regular. No, we love asparagus and grilled corn and all that good stuff.
Double T, Dax is on the road. Why are you here? Well, make good food. My wife doesn't cook like
in,
that.
Make sure everything's okay.
He asked me to check in, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know that I have to eat catering for the next 8 weeks, which is usually basically cafeteria food backstage. Right. You show up and you don't want to spend $30 on lunch, so you'll wait till you get to the venue, and then I'll eat catering, and it's mystery meat and steamed corn or green beans out of the bag.
And it's funny because you are sort of in a cafeteria kind of environment. Everybody eats together.
Always. Which can be fun, but it can also be just grueling if the food's bad.
Right.
Depends on the tour you're on. If it's a big one, then there's like salmon and sushi, but I've never been on those kind of tours. I've just been to shows backstage. Like Springsteen's got his own sushi chef, and
there's guys that do bring their own chefs out with them, and
because like I said, it's so inconsistent, the food,
right?
That if you have the money, why would you not want to eat what is good for you and what you want to eat?
And the good thing about you love tacos, so you could find those just allegedly. I've heard that you may like tacos a little bit, but you could find those just about anywhere.
Yes. Thank God.
Is that so? When you are on your own for food, is that what you're searching out?
I'm a big Yelper, so when I get to a town, I always look up Mongolian barbecue, which is like, you know what that is? It's like raw meat, like frozen meats, and then raw vegetables, and they give you a bowl, and you put whatever you want in it, and then you bring it to a guy with the sauces. It's like an Asian Mongolian barbecue.
Right.
And he cooks it on this big flat top thing, and oh my goodness.
There was a place like that on State Street.
There used to be a few of them. There was a place called Genghis Khan when I grew up in Rockford. It's where Stockholm Inn is now.
Okay.
I'd go there probably 4 times a week. So anyways, I found one in Kansas City that I really like, but otherwise those are hard to find. And then I go to Indian food, because there's no good Indian in Rockford. And when I can't find those two, then I go for Mexican. Then
that's your next one.
Yeah,
because you can get that at home.
Totally.
So you try. What if you have a day off? What do you like to do besides looking for some good food? Do you like to rest, or do you go out and do things?
No, both Tom Peterson and I, we walk all day long. I try as much as I can. Sometimes you're tired.
Right.
Sometimes you just want to lay in bed. But if it's nice out, I feel bad sitting in the dark room by myself. So actually, my father-in-law, he taught me about this app, the health app on the iPhone.
Okay.
It tells you how many steps you get in, how many miles, and so he's at 5 miles a day, and I try to keep up with him. Which is, it's hard to do when you have 2 kids, but when I'm on the road, I try to just walk as much as possible.
Do you have it on while you're drumming? Because you're moving your feet.
No,
does that count?
They're spying on us, so
no.
It's always on, so you don't actually have to do anything.
Okay.
I click on it. You could click on your iPhone, and it'll tell you how many miles you walked yesterday, and you don't even have to do anything.
Really? Is there any way you can fake it?
No, actually, I tried the treadmill once, and you're pretty much standing still.
Okay.
I mean, you're moving, but GPS-wise, you're not going anywhere.
Okay, so is that how it judges
It's GPS-based, yeah.
Really?
I assume.
That's crazy. So you came in here this morning, you looked really relaxed, and you almost have the look of your brother.
I've got the Miles Nielsen garb on. I'm going golfing for the one time this summer today.
Yeah, that is like your brother. He goes golfing.
He misses radio appointments and goes golfing.
Well, that's why he's going golfing. And I mean, you've been to Cubs games, right?
I was at one the other day, about 50 rows back, and my brother Miles was at his first Cubs game in the dugout, I think.
How does that happen? I see pictures. Yeah, and it's basically in the dugout at almost.
He was the first seat in the first row, just to the left of the Cubs dugout. So like he was watching the guys come up and down the stairs. He deserves it. He's never been to a Cubs game. And
how does that happen?
57 years old, so. He's just a good guy. He has good friends.
No, but I mean, how does he's never been to a Cubs game before?
You know, he's a basketball fan.
Right.
I don't think like baseball is really his thing, so he never pursued it. Things come up. He's got a couple kids.
Right. You get busy.
He runs.
I'd figure when he was younger, maybe at some point, you know.
No, sports was never promoted in our family necessarily.
Right.
Hey kids, you want to go to a game? No. It was more like, hey, you guys, you want to go see Motley Crue? Let's go see Motley Crue tonight or Alice Cooper.
Talking to Daxx Nielsen from Cheap Trick. Did you play any sports?
No, not really. I'm pretty. Even though I'm a drummer,
right?
I have zero. I've gotten more as I've gotten older, but when I was a kid, I was kind of goofy and clumsy, and moving parts didn't work very well for me. I'd sit on a drum chair, and that was my sport.
Yeah, as a baseball player, you made a great drummer, right?
Well, yeah, and I'm both of my brothers are like 6'2", 6'3", and I'm 5 short, something like that. You know? So I think I'm pushing 5'10", something like that.
You weren't gonna hoop over them.
No basketball for me or football, that's for sure. So
now, is baseball your favorite sport?
Yeah, I love watching hockey.
Okay,
and we were fortunate to have the Ice Hogs here in town, and then 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years with the Blackhawks. So I think hockey all around is the best sport to watch, just because it's so intense, even on TV and in person even more. Baseball, if you don't know what's going on, it can be kind of 3.5 hours of kind of boring.
It does take time. If there's some action going on, that's great. But you know, I want a high scoring baseball game. I don't want that 1-0
totally
no hit shutout.
I agree. Yeah, I've been to a few Bears games, and it's hard if you don't know if you've never played football or know what exact. Right. There's no first down marker like the yellow line on TV, and there's no guy telling you what just happened. You're like, this is kind of strange, and they're so far away from you. You know? So I'd say hockey's the best sport to watch live. Yeah,
Ice Hogs in the second round of the playoffs. No. You're in town. You're going to be able to go to some games?
I have to talk to my wife. When's the game?
Next Wednesday. So next Wednesday and Thursday. Or Friday, Wednesday and Friday. They
have a long time off between series.
Well, they're in Manitoba this week.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
so it would be game 3 or something like that? Or?
Games 3 and 4, and if necessary, 5.
Have we played yet?
Yes.
Game 1?
No, it's Friday. Game 1 of this series is Friday.
Okay.
In Manitoba.
And I found out it's actually on TV here.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I watched the game, the one they won the other night.
Very cool.
While I had the Cubs game on my computer.
Isn't that nice that you could do that? You could do. Well, I was flipping back and forth with the draft, NFL draft, the Ice Hogs game, and I was checking the Cubs game on my phone.
Totally. Yeah, for a guy like me that never played sports, I'm kind of into sports. It's the weirdest thing.
How did that happen? Because, like you said, it's never been promoted, really.
It started when I started touring a lot. And, there's like 3 hours a day of whatever. And so I started watching baseball. Mm-hmm. There's a game on every day, basically. Yeah. So it was 3 hours where you weren't sitting in a club or waiting to sound check or something like that. You could just put a game on and chill.
It's funny. I hear so many stories about musicians, especially that became Cub fans.
Right.
Because they were on during the day. Yeah, WGN, and they can get them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they're like, well, I had nothing else to do. And back then there wasn't a lot of TV.
Right.
So I just started watching the Cubs. No,
Plus, they're the greatest team of all time, no
well,
matter what.
Of course. Daxx Nielsen from Cheap Trick hanging out. So I guess we should talk about the band a little bit. You guys will be hitting the road here very soon.
Very soon, yeah. First show is in Irvine, California, which is basically L.A.
Okay.
On May 18th.
It's my birthday.
All right.
You should fly me out and come hang out. Yeah.
Be the 8th caller, and I'll do that for you.
I won. And then you Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in Tinley Park on June 6th, right?
Sure.
Friday.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
With Poison.
We Cheap Trick, Poison, and there's a band called Pop Evil opening.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think there's a girl drummer, which sounds pretty cool, and I checked it out a little bit. It should be a fun tour.
Definitely. And
we're doing like 6 shows a week. Like we're doing 4 in a row, 1 day off.
Are you serious?
It's good. It's going to be tough. I mean, I know people have to work real jobs, but playing music for 90 minutes, 4 days in a row, it can get grueling, especially for some of the guys that are maybe older in the band.
And then you're going out in the summer, and it's going to be warm.
Yeah, it's going to be hot.
And you guys will go on before the sun goes down most places. Thinking about it already?
Yeah, now and again, too, there's when the sun's right in your eyes, and I don't like to wear sunglasses on stage.
Right.
I move a lot when I play drums, and they always, without fail, fall right onto my snare, and I smash them. So it's like I got to stock up on like gas station sunglasses.
You got to get a pair like the baseball players have that are connected.
Right.
Rec specs, or like the basketball players.
Or like the nerds. Sorry, that's a terrible word, but the ones that have like the string attached to both sides so it doesn't fall off your neck.
Or maybe, wear a football helmet with the shield.
Maybe that's a good idea.
Just to block your eyes.
Anyways, yes, you are correct. It's going to be hot and muggy in a lot of places and sunshine in your face. But it's the greatest job in the world. It's what I love to do.
You can't beat it. And then Summerfest in July, which is, you guys usually like to play up there.
Love it. And I've done Summerfest 2 or 3 times in my 8.5 years with the band. I mean, I've done it 100 times with my old band, Harmony Riley. But yeah, I don't know. We don't play Rockford very often, unfortunately. We've done the Coronado and we did the BMO 8 years ago. And
wow, it's been that long now?
That was June 1st, 2011 or maybe 10.
Wow.
But that was the BMO, and then we did the Coronado that night. That it was a snowstorm, and we went on like 2 hours late. Miles had to play. Miles opened the show, and he did like 2.5 hours of material.
I'm talking to Daxx Nielsen from Cheap Trick. Now, was Harmony Riley your first band, or did you have a band?
No, I was in a band called Asmodeus when I was 12, with a guy named PJ Heckinger, he was kind of a local hero around here. And Dan Lindsay was the singer, who was my best friend. He went on to win an Oscar a couple of years ago. So pretty cool guys. And then in middle school, I was in a band called Wuss. We played at Luigi's all the time.
Oh,
nice.
Remember
Luigi's off the state?
Yeah.
I remember my friends were 14, 15 years old, and we'd go in there and like two of my buddies played football, so they were big guys for being 14.
Right.
And they were getting pictures of beer. I'm like, they're obviously not 21 just because they're large in size.
Were they the guys that had full beards when they were
totally.
12?
Yeah, we're 14, getting drunk and opening up for Sarcoma.
Man.
Which became the Pimps.
Right.
Decadenza. I love those guys. Spit, remember those guys?
No.
Man, those are good times.
What was the first song you learned how to play?
We're Not Gonna Take It by Quiet Riot. It's got the cowbell intro.
We're not good. Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister. That's what I meant. Sorry.
No problem.
Starts out with the cowbell beat.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first song I remember really ever trying to figure out.
Now, if I remember correctly, you didn't start out on drums, right?
No. My parents put me in piano when I was 6.
Okay.
Took piano lessons until I graduated high school.
Can you still play piano?
Mm-hmm. I play more. Well, not currently, but I played more once I got out of lessons.
Okay.
As soon as I didn't have to take lessons, I was like, "Hey, can I take a keyboard with me to college?" Like what? You haven't played piano ever? Like, it kind of came naturally to me. So I think I would practice for like 20 minutes before I went to my lesson, so I could just fake that I practiced all week. And
right.
She knew the difference, but she was great. And then I taught myself guitar right around the same, like probably when I was 12.
Okay.
But I have a pretty couple of good guitar players in the family that are older than me, so I figured I'll take up the drums.
Well, and at least you didn't play bass.
God forbid.
What schools did you go to in Rockford?
I went to C. Henry Bloom Elementary School, Eisenhower Middle School, and Boylan High School.
Nice.
I was the first one of my dad went to Bloom, Eisenhower, and Guilford. Then my brothers went to Bloom, Eisenhower, Guilford, and I went to Bloom, Eisenhower, Boylan. Dan Lindsay, my friend that I told you about that was in my bands, he was a grade above me, and he went there.
Wanted to do something a little different.
I like girls in miniskirt and plaid skirts. And I used to, at least.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, at the time, I think both of my brothers went to Guilford, and they said, don't do it. Like, nobody cares there, and there's a lot of fights and whatnot, and go someplace
It was
safe.
a different time, yeah.
Yeah, and then I went to Boylan, and I thought it'd be like this really perfect place. Kids smoking pot in the bathroom and getting in fights. I'm like, wait, this is no different.
Yeah, high school is high school, isn't it?
It was a great time.
I'm talking to Daxx Nielsen from Cheap Trick. What was your favorite subject in school? Did you do well in school?
I did very well in school. I liked math. I was always a good math guy.
Really?
Algebra, advanced trigonometry. Yeah, somehow it all made sense to me.
Were you involved in any clubs or anything?
No,
because you didn't do sports. So.
No, I did like it was called peer mediation and natural helpers. I liked people, like helping people and doing math and not math, MATH, math. No, I didn't know. I was in band class and concert band, all that stuff. So I would play all the football games and basketball games. And
that's awesome.
No Jeopardy, like math clubs or anything like that.
No. You weren't in the math you weren't a mathlete?
No, I could have been. I did really well. And then I did well in college too, but then I dropped out to be a musician.
Now, where did you go until you dropped?
I went to IU in Bloomington, Indiana University.
Okay.
I was a Hoosier. It's my almost mater, I call it.
What were you going to do if the band thing hadn't happened? What would you have been doing?
I took all gen eds. I didn't really know.
Okay.
I mean, I did well enough. I was thinking about going to like medical school, but I didn't want to be 31 when I got out of college because that's so old. And I'll be like 30 when I start my job. I'm like, no, I'm 38 going, I could have been a doctor for 8 years now. What was I thinking? But I'll be playing the Hollywood Amphitheater Casino in Tinley Park June 6th.
It'll be 95 degrees, 100% humidity.
I definitely made the right choice. I love what I do. I'm so fortunate to play music for a living.
I know. It's amazing. I tell, when I get a chance to talk to kids and stuff, I always say, you know what? Go for what you feel like. There's so many kids that are like, well, I want to be a doctor. Well, why do you want to be a doctor? Well, they make lots of money.
Right. That's the wrong answer.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No. I mean, money and music don't usually go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But you don't care. Like, you're in a van with your buddies, and hopefully, you get in a band with the guys you like, and you're seeing the country and eating truck stop food and 3-day-old hot dogs. But no, it's the best.
And you get on some of these tours, and you really start bonding with the guys in other bands.
Yeah, last summer especially, as you know, that we did a tour with Foreigner, and I got to know 2 of the guys in that band really, really, probably too well. It was just funny. You could show up to the gig every day, and you can't wait to see your buddies.
Right.
It was just like the best thing. And then they played Rockford recently, and they came here a day early to hang out with you.
Right. That was a good time. We all had
cronies and played like 3 songs acoustically and then drank the rest of the night. It's great.
Well, thanks for coming in, man.
My pleasure.
Enjoy playing some golf today.
I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same channel.
You're invited. It's an open door policy for you.
I got nowhere to go.
It's Daxx Nielsen.